Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We are playing with the season's update and this is the beautiful little town of Morgan Valley. We are progressing our glorious nation and I think we've beat our big health crisis. And now our population is growing. We are looking forward to the next winter because we will probably survive quite comfortably. Okay, lots of comments as always, and I do thank you so much for that. Please keep them coming. If you have ideas and suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Some also place them in the Discord where we have a little bit more in-depth discussion around the planning of this glorious nation. So if you haven't joined the Discord already, please check the link in the description down below and I'll see you on the Discord. Okay, so one of the things that's popped up quite a lot is pollution. If we have a little bit of a look over here, there's been a bit of discussion around this little. Okay, let's get back our interface over here. Control G removes the interface for better screenshots and stuff like that. If you're interested. Okay, so it's people saying that we're very close to pollution generating entities like the gravel processing plant over here. I'm not too sure gravel processing is that intensive in terms of generating pollution. I don't see any smokestacks over here. We do have a little bit of smokestacks all the way over on this side and then all the way over on that side, but I think there's a fair enough buffer around. This one with its small smokestacks was pretty close over here, so I don't think that's the issue, but I do agree with many of the comments. Let's build a pollution monitor and see how we get there. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. I don't think pollution is a problem anymore, but we will keep an eye on it. Then there's been questions around why don't we use asphalt roads. Okay, there are two reasons for that. Firstly, our vehicles are generally not quick enough to get the benefits of asphalt roads. So we don't have any vehicles really traveling at 100 kilometers an hour. Maybe a microbus here and there that can do that. But in general, we don't have the vehicles that can use that. So there's be very little benefit to us for doing so. And at the same time, it will take, we do have the resources to build them. And we probably will start building them at some point. Maybe even as we expand to our newest cities over here, we will do that. But it takes a lot of resources, and I don't necessarily want to use our resources, especially our worker resources, to build that just yet. So that's the reason. But we will transition into it. Then there's the question around personal cars. Why don't we buy personal cars for our more educated citizens and things like that? Well, the easy thing about that is we don't have the money to do so. So and I'm not interested in buying cars for people. We will have to set up our own vehicle manufacturing industry before we provide vehicles to our people. So I think it's a while off before that happens, and it's just how it's going to be. We're not going to be buying cars for our people. This is the motherland first over here. Not everybody gets what they want. Okay, then there's lots of discussion around in the Discord, lots of discussion around starting a farming industry, and I do think that's something that we need to start looking at. Maybe somewhere over here, this looks like a nice fertile valley for a big farming industry. We can connect it straight through here. We can run straight into there. We can start a new town over here for farming. I think that's really an interesting one, and it's something we should look at. Also noting that farming actually is a very good, not the farming resources themselves, but when when we create food and alcohol, that as an export product generates a lot of income. So that is one of the things, and it's not that labor intensive as well as something like steel would be. So that's an interesting one and something that I'm definitely going to start looking into. Probably not in this episode, but maybe very soon. Maybe we'll start, but maybe very soon. Okay, so where are we at? One of the things that I've done in between the episodes is I've started construction on another grocery store over here. So if we've got a grocery store there, and there, I think that mix will be pretty good. The reason I'm doing that is because I am finding that we're not always quite up at the number we want to be. And so I think just making sure that we've got a little bit of a better distribution, having more people get access and in closer positions is probably the right thing to do. In terms of our sports enjoyment, that is starting to creep up. Oh, there's been a bit of a discussion around the health issue. Some people are saying that health is permanently diminished. So once people start losing health and they go to the hospital and they get treatment, their health never recovers back to 100%. They just kind of stop losing health. So it kind of stays at that point. And so what this might be reflective of a large population that is already has diminished health, that is not being able to fix that up to 100%. So it'll take a long time for us to get our health back to a number that resembles a very healthy population, like 90% or 95% or something like that, or 100 is where we're really aiming for. So that's something to bear in mind. We've got so many people trying to get educated, and that's some of the other comments. We have slowly started going into these worker lines and just made sure that we can actually pick up educated workers. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and do them in a few more places, because we now have so many educated workers. We can't afford having educated workers not work in all of our kind of factory positions and things like that. So this is working. We've already got that sorted out. That's good. Let's just make sure that our gravel workers is also picking up these guys. Yeah, that's good. Let's make sure that's going to be quite helpful if we have pick up more workers like so. Like that. But I think our workers is slowly starting to to come up. MV Passengers, excuse me, MV Passengers is not picking up any workers. Yeah, that's fine. And then the refinery lumber, I think I've already done this one. Yeah, done. And then MV Steel Workers, that one is done also. So now all the educated workers can work everywhere, and that should be a good thing. Our population is growing quite a lot. We still have deaths, but our population is moving up, and that's good. We are building another apartment building over here. We're building the grocery store over there. So there's a lot of resources that's required at this point in time. Excellent, that's good. We don't have anything. Yeah, we don't have any related vehicles that's doing anything funny, is it? No, that's okay. That's the distribution office. That's fine. That's just bringing in boards, which is fine. That is absolutely fine. I think we just finished off this road. This road is being done. Then we'll start working on that. In the new town, we will probably start using asphalt. I've also put in this little pathway over here that's currently under construction. We don't have any workers here. We also don't have any power, so we'll start looking at power. This thing has been built. Nice, that's good. So this piece should be under construction at the moment. This is also getting done. Excellent. A little bit of steel coming in there. We can then start working on this, I believe. Yeah, let's activate these. So we'll start activation of these two, so we can start working on that. Then we'll do this one, and then that one here is going to be quite a big ticket item. So there's a lot of construction work in order for us to get our iron ore done and processed and all these kind of things. So that's part of the issue that we'll have here. Where is the? Oh, this guy's heading up here. Okay, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. There's a lot happening. Oh, look at this. More vehicles could export this a little bit more effectively, I think. Oh, we're getting a lot of this built now. I am wondering whether we build more distribution facilities over here. I really underestimated the need for proper big distribution facilities. So maybe another large distribution office over here to help us export these things would be a good idea. Our money is looking good. We're hitting the 100,000 ruble mark again, which is awesome. I'm happy to see that. And in general, population is looking good, but it's just not as high as I would have liked to see it. We're struggling to get to that 4,000 mark, but all in all, things are not bad. It's starting to cool down. You can see going into autumn now, the change of the color scheme. It's good. Let's get rid of some of these things, and then we'll start. So construction over here will continue. We're practically done with this, so that will finish off in like a second there. There we go. That's good. This is gonna take a little bit longer to build. This is starting to get the various things that it needs. So yeah, slowly we'll start building everything. There's a lot of little bits and pieces that we're building all over to just maintain a good flow. We're getting a lot of workers in here, which is very good to see. That means these are filling up, and we can export some good value items there, like the fuel. I want to keep an eye on this. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Okay, with that good number in there, I think it's time for us to up what we are actually exporting over here. That would be quite helpful if we can do that. At the same time, I think what we'll do is we'll up the number of workers that can actually work in the power plant, because we now have a decent amount of coal over here to do that. So we'll keep an eye on this. How much coal and stuff is coming here? A fair bit, so we are constantly producing steel. Not at a massive rate though, but we are producing that, so that is all helping out. That's excellent. Okay, so that's been a lot of talk about the stuff that we're doing and that has recently been done. I am going to let all of this construction go on, and what I'm going to do is we're going to move back into the planning situation here for Ironski, and there's a few things that we've learned about this, and I think we will demolish some of these stuff. Well, we haven't built any of this. We'll just readjust the planning a little bit to make sure things work out a little bit better. So one of the things I want to do is I actually want to run the rail straight through here so that we can take workers up to the steel. That's part of what I want to do. So let's get rid of the gymnasium over here. That's not a vital piece of infrastructure in this specific spot. We will change that up a little bit. And that over there is the hospital. I don't mind having the hospital there. And what we can do is we can just kind of get rid of that piece of road. Well, maybe we don't even need to. So one of the things that I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this. And did I? What is it that I've planned out over here? Steel. So it's only steel ones that I've built here. Now my question is, I think I can. Let's get rid of this because I don't like the design that we've got there. There's some fields over here, and then the question is, do we go straight into electrified rail? I do think we have to. I want to start building electrified rail straight away instead of doing crazy things with others. Okay, so let's not do that one first. Let's do this one first, and let's just find the spot that we want here. I believe we should be able to. Yeah, it's a little close. That hospital is a little close. Maybe what we'll do is let's demolish the hospital altogether. We'll put it back in this spot. I do like the hospital for that location, but what I'll do is I'll trim back over here a little bit, and this is while we just do our planning a little better here. I've seen some absolutely amazing layouts from people on the Discord, and just in general. I've been checking out the Reddit and all these kind of things. The really good layouts for towns and cities. And I want to up my game, absolutely up my game in terms of the urban planning. So I'm looking for the hospital. And as per always, I'm struggling big time to find it. What is this? A big clinic? No, I just want the version 2 kind of hospital. The same hospital, but with the kind of 2 roads thing going on. And that spot right over here is just about right, I think. Yeah, so right over there is where I'm kind of heading for it. We'll get the kind of just gravel roads in here. This is not gravel. This is dirt roads, mud roads or something. Okay, now we'll put the rail back. Now I believe I'll be able to run a nice straight set of rail out here. Let's get it up to there. Is that pretty straight? Yeah, that is pretty straight. Maybe something like that. So if we do that. Actually, it's not straight. Look at that. Look at what it's doing. It's not straight. Okay, cancel that. Try it again. This is the thing. How do I... There's no way of me getting it actually straight, is it? I think that is straight. Yeah, that's much straighter. Let's get it up to here. Now let's run these out. I just want to cross the road here. Just a little bit away from the road is the right spot for the rail line. Eventually, you know, some of these roads may become quite problematic, and we might have to bridge them. So that part, it could be a problem, especially as things get busy. But what I was thinking is that maybe what we do is we run, and for that reason, I might trim this back a little bit, and create a bit of a rail roundabout over here, something like that, to be able to get people to go out this way and get another track that goes out this way into whatever direction. I mean, our town will be growing around this entire place, so I'm thinking we need to plan out a little bit better for these things. There's definitely the need for rail in here, the rail in over here. This might all be a little bit close together, I think. But yeah, let's quick. Oh, actually, we want to see a little bit of this. So if we say we'll run rail right up here, So something like that, right? Now, how do we... Yeah, so I'm thinking something big. So if we just do a little section, hang on, let's cancel that now. Okay, so let's see if we're saying, so there is a little bit of room there. We can actually trim this back a little. Let's do that. Let's just trim this back a little bit. It doesn't necessarily have to be all the way up the front here. And then if we do some kind of sizable roundabout over here, you know what we could actually do? We could actually have this as part of that that roundabout. So if we do something like that, I do think this is kind of a bit of a good idea here. So if we do something like this, it's a little close though, and I am worried that that's not quite what we're after. So if we do something like that as the start of the roundabout, what we could then do is we can bring it back. Oh, this actually will not look too bad. So if we do something like that, and we tie this up, say over there, and then from here we tie it in that way. So something like this, and then what we'll do is we'll get this roundabout to connect out that way. That looks pretty good. I kind of like that, and we can get the road to kind of run around here, and we'll just see how that works. So let's just get that to come out of here, and we'll straighten that up a little. We'll bring in the other side. We'll tie in that over there. So something like that is kind of our three-legged, nice long roundabout. We shouldn't have too much problem with something like this. And then what we can do is we can turn that in and run it into that direction. So I like this idea as a bit of a design. What we could also then obviously do, oh, this thing is a little crooked here, I see. Anyway, what we can also do is we can then allow the whole turning around and things like that. So I'm thinking a switch in here. And then what we'll do is, so they can do both sides, and we'll have the run around this way, and we can actually run it straight through. Let's quickly add those things in here. So if we do just something like that, and something like this, it's kind of what I have in mind. So if we try doing a double, yeah, that will actually work quite nicely. So if we do this, I like this a lot. Okay, then we'll run these out straight into this direction. And what we'll do is we will do that and do that. There we go. The one thing we haven't allowed for here is the actual turnaround. So is that something we could squeeze in? It's a little tight. Yeah, it doesn't want to actually do that, does it? Yeah, I don't think we have the... We don't actually have the distance to be able to do that. Can we try it from over here? No, it just doesn't want to do it at all. So that's the one thing that we have with a bit of a problem with if we do it this way. We have a bypass here, which I like the idea of. This seems to be having a little bit more room on this side to do something. So let's just give it one more try on this side. That actually almost works. Yeah, it's a little close, I think. It's a little close. Yeah, it just doesn't want to. It just does not want to, unless we, you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try one more thing. If we trim this back, right, all the way here, at least look at that money. Our construction is going along beautifully. I do want to see where that goes. Okay, so we really can't make this work, can we? We can make that work. Okay, so on the outside we can make it work like so. Right, actually that looks a little funny over here. Let's try it one more time. Can we make it work over here? So something like that. It seems to be okay. Now what we'll need to do is, if we run this one over here, we can do that, and at the same time can we do this? Okay, so if we do that, it means that at least there is one of the channels that can go around to the other side. Can get that to turn around. I don't think we'll be able to do a similar thing over here though. Maybe we should give it a try though. Let's try that. Let's try it. So if we trim that back, we trim that back. Okay, and now we try that one around. It's all about planning multiple times, isn't it? There we go, that worked. Now, if we do this, can we get you to function? Oh, we can. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, this is good. This means we can actually do the loop, but only from the one. The other one will just be straight through. I think that's going to be kind of good enough over here. And then we'll see about planning the rest out. So let's quickly have a look. Have a look at our progress in other places. That's been built. This should be under construction, right? 25 tons of steel required over here. 45 tons. I think we're not keeping pace with the steel required over here. Really? Are we struggling? Let's just have a look what else is being constructed. That is built. And people have moved in. What is our population looking like over here? Excellent, above 4,000. Here we have nothing because we need to get these guys to actually drop off our food and meat over here also. So let's add this guy and say, please buddy, you would also get 30% of everything. Actually, let's get it more to 50%. So now there's some vehicles that'll go out and do delivery of goods over there. So really our construction industry should now be focused on these things. So why are we struggling with this? Oh, we don't have the stuff assigned to it. Okay, hang on, MV construction. Come on buddies, you can assign over here. We'll just make sure that all of these are properly assigned. Yes, exactly. MV construction is not assigned. Let's assign MV construction. Thank you. You'll get this built. This piece is not under construction. Oh, it is under construction. Let's assign. Oh no, it's not. Let's assign there, and we'll get MV construction available here as well. We don't have. I don't think we have the steel for that, for all of this, but slowly we'll get there, and then we can start working on this guy. So let's get construction going on over here. MV equipment and MV construction will start working on this. Okay, so slowly we'll get these pieces up and running. Once this is built, we can start mining so that we can see a little bit of ore start popping in there. Oh, one of the things we're going to need up here is power. All of these needs to be powered. So let's quickly have a look in terms of our distribution facility. If we place it over here, can we get everything connected? We will have to power these separately, I believe. But can we? Really? You're not gonna... So if we do this, let's I'm gonna zoom out so that we just make sure we can see where our power reaches. Yeah, it's important that we actually squeeze it in here, I think. That's the right spot right there. Honestly, we can't find a spot here. That's so wrong. Okay, let's try it on this side. Actually, this is probably the right spot. right there. I think that is perfectly placed. Okay, perfect. There we go. Let's get the basics in here. We'll just go with a dirt road for now, so that construction can go. Okay. One of the things I didn't do is provide appropriate... oh, this thing should be done also? Yes, excellent. So we can start working on that. On a lot of these, actually. Oh, we can't do that one now because construction has started over there. That's okay. That is okay. We can rather start work on some of these with the infrastructure team. But anyway, let's not use our people at the moment to do that. We have stuff here. Excellent. So now, let's just go back and have a look. Health. There was also this little thing that I was thinking. Maybe these guys had a health problem due to the fact that they weren't getting enough stuff here. But anyway, the food and stuff should now be pretty well distributed for everybody. Don't think we have over 21s that living at home yet. Oh, we do. Excellent. So we should probably start opening up another one or two of these for construction. So that's the other piece that we probably need to start building on. So let's activate construction over here so that we can start work on another housing piece. That will be excellent. If we get more people, that's better. That is much better. Okay, first things first, we need to just sort out our power. Power over here, I'm guessing this medium voltage piece should be okay. But let's find... yeah, of course, I should probably run this just straight from here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll run a new line out here, like so. Then we'll do this, and once that's built, we're gonna kind of tie that in into this line. Actually, we'll run it up to about there, and then we'll tie that one in there, and then for this guy, we'll run some power lines over this way. So let's yeah, so I don't like what we're doing there. Feels like such a waste to do something like this. Okay, so if we do that and we run this guy down here, I believe that should be able to tie in there. So we'll build two new lines over here, and we'll just tie, we'll get rid of those, but we'll tie that in there and this one in here, and then we'll have power over there to these facilities also. So I think we can go ahead and get started on the construction for this. There's a little bit of steel and stuff going in there, so let's get our teams to start constructing those power lines. This construction is moving along. Wow, look at the pace of construction here. Nice. Our steel is going to be our biggest problem here, so we just need to maybe up the number of people that we've got working over here, and we need to make sure that we are, I think we're maintaining a pretty decent flow of vehicles here. That's going to drop off coal before we're, well, that's just going to be in time. There we go. Excellent. Nice. That's good. We don't have any workers here though. Workers? Excellent. Workers are popping in doing our steel production. Yeah, so steel is our big problem here. How much steel are you loading? We're going as quick as we can. More coal here. Yeah, more coal is arriving. So we are constantly feeding it, but yes, it is a slow production. It's getting a fair bit while loading straight from the production line, which is not bad as long as it doesn't run out of coal, which I'm hoping it won't, because coal constantly is being delivered over here. And we are feeding it. We are feeding it at the number of employees we've got going on here. We're actually feeding it for continued construction or continued production. That's actually the word that I'm looking for. Excellent. It's working. It's not it's not the massive pace, but we're not importing it, and that's why our money is starting to grow. Oh, look at this. This is done. This is done. This is done. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, actually, we need to get the power up first before. Otherwise, there's no real point in us getting the workers out there to start mining. But that is looking good. Let's quickly have a look at what's going on over here. Pretty decent amounts here, and I'm thinking we're producing a fair bit of... Yeah, there's workers. There are workers constantly popping in here. But we need to make sure that we have workers here all the time. That's the plan. Over here. Ooh, very few workers over here. Very few. Done. No workers. And we are... Things are going to get too cold. Where are all my buses? Really? You didn't have any people? Anyway, we have the workers here. We just need to make sure that we continue on that pace. Oh, look at this. Look at this. 22 workers over there. That should create steel at a pretty decent pace. As long as we can keep feeding it with resources, and I'm a bit worried about our ability to do so. But anyway, this is all looking really good. We're getting our pieces of steel to come in here. Yeah, we're waiting on some steel. We will then start waiting on steel over here. I'm sure we're waiting on steel on all of these. Ooh, I need to actually assign the construction over here to MV Construction also. So let's do that. We'll get that one built. I think without that one being built, we won't be able to get that line built. While this line, should be able to get this line underway. MV Infra Construction. Yeah, they should be able to do it. But we're missing steel. Yeah, well, steel is going to be problematic. This construction is going on. We actually have our steel here. Nice. So that construction should be finished shortly, allowing for more places for people to live. Excellent. I think we're actually doing a decent job here. I like it. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to do was get the pollution monitor in place. Where do we find that, though? Over here. Pollution monitor. It's not that expensive to build, so we'll go ahead and build one. I was thinking... in the heart of town here, we have a spot over here that can probably squeeze a pollution monitor. Excellent, like right there. We'll do it there. So start working on our pollution monitor in the heart of Morgan Valley over here. That should give us a good idea of what's going on with pollution. Excellent. How's the construction going? We're getting our steel? No, not really. This is going to start asking for steel. It's already got some steel. Production here is going along nicely. I like it. Let's have a look here again at our... This is starting to drop a little bit. I can probably drop down the export a little bit. Let's drop the export a little bit. Let's like go to 14 megawatts instead. Drop a few megawatts there. But our money is looking much better. We can actually import Soviet workers. Okay, we'll let that run a little bit more. It's November. It's going to the negative degrees now. So we are going to start seeing snow shortly. We have a lot. Well, I believe we've got a number of snow plows in a number of locations. I'm hoping it's sufficient. Oh, this construction is underway. Let's quickly see this cabling. Or this has not seen any... Well, some of the electronics has been delivered, but steel is the big thing that we are waiting for. Do we have, quick question here. I don't think we actually have workers that can, oh we can, we do have a bus. I'm going to buy another bus for that spot right there. So let's buy another bus. Just grab one of those guys. One more bus, move it up over there, thank you. Just to get workers out to some of the infrastructure jobs a little bit better. Even though it's predominantly road building. Seeing a lot of people arriving on site here. Let's drop this down. We don't need all these people to work it. So I don't ever want to load it more with more than 100 people. That's really not going to be effective for us at our small population. So something like that is about right. So we don't want to overburden it any more than that. We are out of workers over here. But here comes a massive amount arriving now. 28 workers. That's going to get us out of coal in a very short period, and I believe that's iron, not coal. Yeah, we're going to run out of coal very quickly now. That guy will leave as soon as we've run out of coal. So we're not really super effective here. It's still very ineffective, but we are progressing our construction without actually paying for a lot of stuff. So that's awesome. Okay, let's move back to this. So this is some sports fields over here. We've got a number of these prefab locations here. One of the things that I was thinking is I can place. I definitely want to place a little bit of a. So what is this? This is a electric substation. What is this? This is a heat exchanger. Okay, this is the big heat exchanger, right? So that should work. If we have a look, oh, we can't actually see its distances here, but that should work fairly effectively over here. I wanted to add like a bus stop or something. So if we just go with the, where is the bus stop? I don't want the bus platforms. I want the through bus. Here we go, a through bus stop over here. So if I say place that pretty close to the road and to the station over here. Okay, something like that was the idea. Oh, here comes the snow. Okay, let's we won't gravel that for now. Let's see about tying that one in here. Something like this and then something like that. So that'll do. Do we have... Okay, so this is the shopping mall. This is the road cargo station. This is the small warehouse. This is the meat. That's great. So that should work quite well. Okay. Over here we have the kindergarten. We have the school. That's okay. We've got 3 buildings. We've got the fire station. We have the hospital on this side. We've got more residential. We've got the cinema. And we've got the pub over here. The one thing that we are missing is the fuel station. So I think the fuel station can go in here somewhere. Or over there maybe. Let's quickly have a look. So the one thing that I've seen a lot of people talk about is the fact that there is there's not a lot of people talking about the fact that there is not people aren't generally using the space efficiently. I mean, there's so much space. We tend to try and build very small and things like that. So that's a good little spot there. We've got that one there. We've got that one over there. So that's kind of the start of this town. And we can, I do like the idea of starting the construction of it, though I don't want any of this to be built. Let's unconstruct all of these things. Suspend construction on all of this, just so that we selectively start building the stuff that we need. But a lot of this stuff will have to be built before we can actually start getting people in here. So we'll suspend that construction. These infrastructure pieces, I think that's okay. We can make sure that goes. We'll suspend this. We'll suspend that. The heat exchanger. Oh, the heat exchanger is actually the one that we probably need to build first before we do anything else out here. Let's suspend construction on this. Definitely suspend construction on that. I've done so. These, we can start building those. Not a problem. The fire station will be one of the first things to be built. Okay, suspend that and suspend this. I'm loving where our money is heading at the moment. We can suspend this construction. And suspend that one. And this one and these two. Lots of prefab stuff here. And the hospital. Okay, that's now everything here is suspended. We haven't started working on the rail yet, and the rail will continue to provide access elsewhere. Yeah, tell me what you think about this thing in the comments, or do you think there's a different way for us to do this whole setup? Okay, so with that in mind, I'm now thinking we could potentially start looking at some bridges. Not a wooden bridge. Something like a brick bridge. That seems to be most appropriate. So if we don't have any way of actually saying that. So how do we? Ooh, that's the map. If we go up here, can we say? Oh, I see. Go up here like this. Yeah, we won't actually be able to. Crossing is not allowed. Yeah, so I don't know how we build the bridge. The bridge structures is a little difficult to build. So we can certainly do that, but it's not going to get to the height that we need to get. So if we drop it down, we should be able to pass some stuff through there, but it's not going to be great. So really what we'll do is we'll trim back this guy, and then I'm tempted to run, well actually let's trim back both of these, and then I'm tempted to build a bridge that's going to cross through here. So we'll make ready for a bit of a bridge, not like that. We want it to be, not sure what the height is that we will need. So if we do something like this, and let's do 2 of them. That's so close, really. Actually, let's trim that back. Try that one more time. So if we go up here, we bring this up, right? We run that. I do think that that's sufficient, right? And now we take that back down. It's quite interesting how that works. So with that in mind, right, I would like to see if I can actually get the track through there. Let's try it. Very close there. Oh, it doesn't want to. Can I really not get the 2 tracks in here? I don't want to cancel everything. I just want to cancel this section up to here. Let's try this one more time. Can we get 2 tracks next to each other in here? It just does not want to. It feels like that's supposed to be able to facilitate a bridge. That looks okay. Let's try that. Can I get... Oh man, they're way too far apart. We really can't get that to work, can we? That's not going to work. So will we need 2? Will we do a different style of bridge? The brick one was the one that I had a lot of hope for. Let's get out of here. We'll go into roads and we'll just cancel this and see if is there a different style that we can do. The concrete one. Let's try the concrete bridge. We're gonna need to do the same thing. We do something like this, right? I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna trim it back a little. So yeah, this is the thing that's a little, a prefab bridge. Okay, well let's do a prefab bridge then. Okay, so if we come up a little, so if we do that, surely we'll be able to, but the fact of the matter is it's still very much underneath there. It's still very much in the center. So let's try this again. If we try and run this, really? So if we do something like that, actually that will actually clear. And we can even run a road through here also. Anyway, we won't. I'm not going to spend more time on that. I just want to make sure that we have the ability to do a little something like this. We're way off from being able to build all of these things. What's going on over here? That's been constructed. This is waiting on steel, I'm sure. Yes, lots of steel still required over here. Slowly coming in for delivery. There's a lot of steel that needs to be built everywhere or taken everywhere. We still haven't finished this guy. We're waiting on a load of workers. Yeah, hopefully it's a load. Yes, I think that's what it is. It's a load of workers being dropped off over there. Good stuff. Hopefully they've got everything they need over here, so hopefully they can finish that off. Have we managed to build the other power line? No, we've not. Have we received all the stuff that we need? We're still waiting on steel. Yeah, steel is the big one. So the question now comes to me is, do we do we slowly start to bring in more steel? Okay, let's quickly see. We've got so many prefab panels going on. Oh, this thing has been done. Excellent. So there's a little bit of room there. We are on par with the amount of deaths and the amount of births, and it's in towards the end of December, so that's awesome. Let's quickly have a look at what's going on. We've got food for everybody. Do we have our health? Our health is maintaining. Have we built the pollution monitor? We have. So let's quickly have a look at the pollution monitor. Oh, there is a little bit of pollution hanging out over here. So this area is a little bit more polluted. This area looks fine. This area in the center here seems to have some pollution. And then over here, okay, maybe we should just get another row of trees on each one of these sides, because people are telling me that trees does in fact sort things out a little bit. Do we still have a lot going on here? Yeah, absolutely. So let's get some more of these beech trees over here. I'm gonna just see about getting all of that planted here. Oh, this is another, yeah, okay, we'll see about getting some of this planted right in here to sort out our pollution issue. I think that should be quite helpful, that little buffer over there. Similarly, I will replant some of this, just so that we have a slightly better buffer occurring on this pipeline here. That's okay. We'll add a few different trees in there. So this should, I'm hoping that these extra trees that we're placing here will help us out a little bit over here. How is our snow plowing going? Looks okay. We are not running out here. We still have proper amounts of people working there. Let's quickly have a look at the temperatures. Excellent. Temperatures are good. Okay. Over here it seems to be too cold. Temperature is too low. Cannot export anymore. Okay. Yeah, we need another one of these. So let's just get cracking on another distribution facility. The big ones. This area over here is good. Yeah, let's place it in over here. Let's do that. We'll start working on another distribution office right there, so that we can export more. Anyway, and then at the same time, what we can do is we can slowly start importing a little bit better here. Let's load that to like 50. How much is 50? 50 is 75 tons. Yeah, that should help us out. There's a lot of trucks coming here. Snow plowing going on. We've got steel and things. Construction is underway here. All of these facilities have been done. Oh, that's been done. So now slowly we should start seeing this being done. Steel is the issue. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start importing a little bit of steel. So we'll load steel at the customs house. We can load a little bit of steel, and then we can unload steel there. And I just want to make sure that our steel numbers are pretty tidy over here, so we don't purchase too much steel. But I'm going to start purchasing steel a little bit more. This guy's done. Let's just have a look here. We are doing a decent job. I think we're doing a decent job. We're not maintaining our population number exactly, but we're not growing, but we're maintaining it pretty well throughout winter. So now steel should start arriving over here. And then the question is, do we just go ahead and bring steel up there, or do we actually assign these guys to get steel? Well, we'll get one of them. Do we have open hulls here? Dumpers, open hulls. We do have open hulls. So let's, as a starting point, let's get our infrastructure steel to be provided from over here. So if we go steel, Dandelion open storage. Oh yeah, so it's already saying that they're getting steel from over here. This is the CP Dandelion open storage. Yep, people are already picking up steel from there, so that's good. We do have the road cargo station, so I should probably start using that instead. So yes, one of them will now start picking up over there, and the other one will pick up over here, which is fine. Which is fine. I think we should be able to produce a little bit more steel now. We just need more of these trucks to arrive, and they are arriving pretty regularly. So our steel production should be decent. Okay, that's good. That is good. And I think as a starting point, we've probably got the right stuff. Why has this been accepted as construction? Anyway, let's just suspend the construction of this. But that's fine. How many pieces are there? 1, 2, 3. All of them have been suspended. That's okay. And then at the same time, what we'll do is we'll just try and make a little bit of a curve like that. And so this guy can go in there and then run something like this, huh? I like that idea. So we'll have another bit of a row here. Something like so is kind of the idea. This one can run straight in here. And then what I was thinking is this guy could go and tie in over there, so that you can get over. It'll be interesting. Alternatively, what we can do is this specific road. We can really, it can't go through there? Why? Why would it not be able to go through there? Honestly, anyway, that's not going to be my primary focus at this point in time. We'll do something like this. So at least now we have the ability to cross there, and the question is, do we actually do something similar over here on one of these? Yeah, okay. Anyway, that's okay. This construction will take ages to do. What's going on here? We're operating a good number. Let's just go and check our coal reserves. We don't want another coal crisis. Man, our coal is doing really well. Power is good. I like it. Our workers is doing a good job. We're not maintaining our we're maintaining our population slowly. I just want to make sure that we continue to see growth in that population number, but I think we are stabilizing it now. Definitely stabilizing it. Nice. Okay. I'll do a short time lapse just so that we can see a few things happen, like this thing. We should get this done fairly quickly, I think, but I'll go into a quick little time lapse where a few of our construction pieces can just finish off. So I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so there's been a bit of progress, at least. Another bit of steel is popping in here. We're using way. The steel is starting to become a little bit of a challenge. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I will actually just reallocate the source of steel over here, just for the time being, to pick up steel over here from the cargo station. There will always be steel there, so we'll get these guys to just kind of extend our construction a little bit. We've got both of these lines gone up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim out these. Okay, and now we're going to just set up new sections over there. So we'll just get both of those to get constructed. Hopefully we can get that constructed very quickly. That one's not a big problem. This one is a bit of a problem because none of this will work in the meantime. If this starts becoming an issue here, I know there's no power here. I know there's a lot of issues here at the moment. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just try and get that sorted out as quickly as we can. Can we? I was hoping we can prioritize it. Oh, anyway, nothing is actually. Oh, nothing is able to construct it? Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm just going to go ahead and fund it. Both of these seem to be a bit of a case where they can't actually get to it. So let's just fund these two sections because it seems like, yeah, we've got an issue here. Anyway, we'll fund these two sections. It's very, very minor little sections. We built most of it. So now this is underway. What we can do is we can set up a bus line to come and bring workers over here. I will pop it in here so the guys will be available for all the other things over here as is needed, but that's going to be okay. This is producing, should be fine. We will now build up a little bit of a stockpile because I don't think anything is fetching steel over here per se. Okay, so let me quickly set that up, and that's kind of going to be the end of our episode today. Is just getting another bus line sorted out for our mine workers up here. So let's just have a look. We've got workers over here available. We've got workers available over here. So really, maybe this one is the more appropriate one. We'll pick up workers. Well, actually, ultimately, there will be workers everywhere, I think. Yeah, that's fine. We have workers available everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and just set up a line. A new line is going to be, actually, before we do that, now it is a custom line. So what is this area going to be called? This is going to be no, not that. I would like us to rename this to MV do I have MV Iron Mines, to the MV Iron Mines. There we go. Just rename that so it's a little easier for us to do. So MV Iron Mine Workers. What is that? Save that. What? Why am I seeing? Seems to be an issue there. Anyway, I will add a stop, which is going to be, we're going to pick up people up here at the Morgan Valley bus stop, and we're going to drop them off over there, and there we go. MV Iron Mine Workers is now ready, so we can start mining these things. Though I'm not too sure we need to, but let's start building up a little bit of a stockpile. So let's get one bus in there. Oh, and in the time lapse, I actually put on the cheat menu again just so that we can get our line spacing to work a little bit better. So I'm going to grab one of these guys, and we're going to assign it to our new line. It's a custom line, I believe, is where we'll find it. MV Iron Mine Workers, right over there. And that's fine. We will start that. Okay, so you can go ahead and run that line for us. So we'll start to slowly see. I don't know what is going on with our stuff here, but luckily we're at the end of the episode. So now we'll start getting some workers in here. So mining should start happening over here. I don't believe mines need heating, so we should be okay with that. This guy should get heating from over here, so that should be fine. Also, let's just see this construction. We should now be able to finish off this phase at the very least. Perfect. Yeah, that construction is slow, but it's getting there. This is creating steel for us, hopefully at a pretty reasonable rate. Okay, there we go. I think that's gonna be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've got some comments, leave them down below. It's got something to do with snow plowing, I think. If you've got yeah, definitely seems to be that. That's where snow plows needs to happen. I don't know why. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. If you've liked this episode and this series, please hit that like button. Join us on the Discord if you would like to discuss matters a little bit further. Oh, we're getting through this. Look, it is spring, and we've managed to get through it without even dropping our population significantly below the 4,000 mark. So that means good progress. So in the next episode, we will continue our progress, see if we can't maybe start a little bit of construction over here. But it is a slow going at the moment because we really need our steel to be producing at a much, much higher rate. So more vehicles bringing in coal and things like that will be the right call for us, so that we can generate more steel for our production. Or maybe just a bit of a combination of bringing in steel plus making steel plus buying steel will be a good thing for us. And we need to get this built so that we can get the more prefabs and more bricks exported. Yeah, that would be good if we can actually manage that. We're out of boards over here. Is that an issue? We don't have workers here, but there are boards available, so maybe we just need to move them a little bit quicker and more effectively. Guys, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.